Hey, what's up, good people? It's Rob Lee. One of the most frequently asked questions is how will the Babylonian corporate government confiscate the millions upon millions of guns in the United States of America? And is this really the agenda? A good brother of mine, and he knows who he is, he sent me a text last night and say hello to him and to his wife and his baby. And it got me to thinking about it. And I figured, well, maybe I should go ahead and show the people what's really going to happen because most people don't understand the gun confiscation slash tribulation, how it's really going to take place. They've watched too many videos of too many liars, and they don't really understand what a tribulation is, what Jesus Christ was even talking about, and how could a gun confiscation really even take place. Now, I firmly believe that we are heading toward the tribulation, and what I'm going to share with you a huge part of it. However, this video is not just for believers in Jesus Christ. It's for those who wish to garner knowledge and consider another option than the vast array of lies on YouTube and the internet. I woke up on this Sunday, and after reading the brother's text about the gun confiscation, I decided to write an article and put it in a video format, and then it enables me to save it on an article and put it on another website. So even if you're not a gun owner, this still concerns you just as much as any person who owns 10 guns or hell, even 100. This is about complete and total control and the takeover of the United States. With all the hell going on in the United States and abroad, so much violence and the state-sponsored fake violence which the state is creating in the form of shooting, hoaxes, bombings, etc. And this is done to raise the bar. And this is called the Smith-Monk Act. And I urge you to read it and to understand how it was created in 2012. It was actually redone. And it makes state-sponsored shootings, hoaxes, bombings, it makes it legal. And this is a huge part of what's going on. One of the most subtle ways is to create the problem, reaction, solution paradigm. The devils are going to create the problem, and then they make the people beg for them to fix the problem that they themselves have caused. Now, we also need to touch on another aspect of this confiscation slash tribulation. That is this: does Babylon really want to take the guns, or do they wish for a civil war and let the country and people destroy themselves as they go underground and wait? Because every time there's a shooting, folks, or even a shooting hoax, people just go buy more guns. I mean, they just go buy more guns, they go buy more ammo. So there's something not jiving here, but this is all by design. Now, when I say that they will go underground and wait, this is actually biblical. But let's stay on point because this is about the confiscation and obtaining total control over the people who truly value freedom, their rights, and the right to serve their creator, not Babylon's creator. H.R. 4918, the Domestic Terrorism Prevention Act of 2018. I've done a video on it. It was introduced in the House in February 2018 by a Babylonian congressman named Brad Schneider from Illinois. Now, the bill openly targets Christians, patriot groups, gun owners, homeschoolers, anti-vaxxers, militias, and even just regular folks who may disagree with the country. As the bill's summary notes, the purpose of the legislation is this, folks, and I want you to think about what's being said here: to authorize dedicated domestic terrorism offices within the Department of Homeland Security, the Department of Justice, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, to analyze and monitor domestic terrorist activity and require the federal government to take steps to prevent domestic terrorism. Now, according to the FBI, the definition of a domestic terrorist is this, and I quote: individuals and or groups inspired by or associated with primarily U.S.-based movements that espouse extremist ideologies of a political, religious, social, racial, or environmental nature. Now, I want you to meet a fictional family that I created called the Smith family. And there are millions of them across America and tens of millions across Europe, Scandinavia, Russia, South Africa. They are peaceful, loving people. They're Christians. Dad is a gun owner. They are against vaccines for their children. They love their heritage, but they do not condemn any other people for loving their heritage just as much. They are the epitome of peace, living and letting others live. They disagree with much of the current system. However, they have put their trust in Jesus Christ and they just want to live in peace. They are good folks. Now, I want you to hear me, people. These people are now considered terrorists. Do you see where this is going, people? And Trump will make this law because it will make it to his desk, and Babylon will tell him you are going to sign it. You are going to sign it. The bill goes on further to credit the Southern Poverty Law Center, a group who was openly anti-Jesus Christ and one of the more hate-filled groups in this country. So now the enemies of Jesus Christ and the people who hate this country, they are now deciding who is the enemy of a country. Think about it. Think about it, people. Then there's Operation Urban Shield. Now, Urban Shield was started in 2007 to meet the needs and the desires of an increasingly militarized police force. Cops from cities from all over the country. They receive training from the Israeli Defense Forces. They test drive armored vans that double as bulldozers. They try out all kinds of exotic semi-automatic weapons, once reserved for the military, that are now, man, it's just standard gear for the police. And this is crucial because we really do have a military police state where the cops are treating the citizens like enemy combatants. And where did the police get all this elaborate gear? Well, in 1997, Congress created the 1033 program, which allowed the military to transfer equipment to civilian law enforcement agencies. Since then, more than, they say 4 billion, but I believe it's maybe 3, 4, 5 times that, billions of dollars have been transferred to law enforcement agencies all across the country. And of course, it's called 1033. There's your 13, there's your 33. It's imperative that the devils always put their brand on everything that they do. And if you don't know the symbolic meaning of 33, see my channel, because it's important. Once you know it, you will see it and you will understand it. The United States is unique in many aspects, but one of the things that makes it so special is its ability by the people to defend itself. The American people are not only armed to the teeth, but American gun owners know how to shoot, and they keep a strong supply of ammo on hand. In other countries of Western culture, the gun laws are draconian, and that's being kind. There's a few Canadian brothers on my channel that I have talked to on the phone, and they have told me about the gun laws in Canada, and it's bizarre to me. Your weapon must be kept in a safe. So if a killer breaks into your home and wants to harm you, your wife, or your children, you first must go to the safe and retrieve the weapon to fight back. It baffles me. In the land down under, our Australian brothers and sisters, they virtually have no gun rights. And they gave them up after the Port Arthur massacre. If you really believe it happened, as they say, that's your choice. Our brethren in the United Kingdom, they have no gun rights either. And they gave up their rights almost under the very similar circumstances. And so many other countries, whether it be Russia, Scandinavia, or the continent of Europe, so many places, they simply don't have gun laws that can protect. Men and women are not allowed to protect themselves, and it makes the United States incredibly special that we have the ability, even as medicated and fluoridated as this country is, and this country is really, it's on a bended knee, but this country, God has given it the right to defend itself. There's a reason for this, a deep reason, but we're not going to get into it now. So how would the devil's family take our guns and wield total control of this country? First, we have to admit that they will never have total control. That's reserved for the Almighty Father. However, the evil of this world will have its moment of power, and it's been building and building. The corporate Babylonian states cannot go door to door and retrieve the guns. Listen to me, folks. There's not going to be police going door to door and knocking and saying, hey, give me your gun. That's horseshit. It can't happen. There's too many weapons. There's too many people. Okay, that's a lie. That's a lie. It's lie. It's fallacy and fantasy by YouTubers and those who secretly work for Babylon, like the serpent and Babylonian shill, Alex Jones. Look at this picture here. He says your manhood is under attack. The devil is constantly trying to get naive white people. And I say white because the vast majority of followers of Alex Jones, they're white people. He wants you to do something stupid and make patriots and Christians look bad. This is by design. Now, I'm going to show you what the Babylonians really desire, and I'm going to show you what a real tribulation is, how it's really going to go down. I'm not telling you that I'm a prophet. I'm simply telling you that I know what I know. You can believe it if you so choose. Babylon may have more resources, but they will never have the Almighty Father's ear. And if the Father chooses to intervene, whether collectively or individually, Babylon don't stand a chance. And this is tantamount to understanding this entire puzzle. So now, how do they get you and others to willingly give up your guns and your ammunition and say, from now on, there is no more guns, there is no more ammunition, it's over? I'm going to show you. And I want you to pay attention to what I'm going to show you, folks. There are already programs all across the country that is offering to buy guns, even illegal guns. Think about this. A system is giving you money for you to give up your guns, which in effect you are giving up your rights. No questions asked. It does not matter the circumstances. Hell, the gun could have been used in a string of murders. This is desperation on the part of Babylon. They know that time is short. Even the churches have got involved, because I've told people in end times prophecy, the church is going to play a huge role in trying to hurt the people. Not the people that are the building dwellers, but the true Christians who do not go to church. The church will turn against these people. Now, it doesn't matter that the Father's children in the Old Testament fought and fought and fought and fought. And even though Yahushua, Jesus the Christ, is the Prince of Peace, he told his disciples to sell their coats and buy a sword. However, it is true, Jesus was incredibly gentle, but most folks don't understand the real Yahushua. They have a image of him and they don't understand who he really is. They haven't read the Bible. And it's a fact that we are told that we will suffer for his name's sake, and some of us may even die, as so many hundreds of millions have done before us. This is true. But let's go further and let's see what's really going to happen. How are they going to take the guns from the people, start a war, and wield 100% control over this country? Let me show you, good people. The first thing is that they are going to restrict your travel. You can't go to certain places. You have to stay in certain zones because you're a gun owner and you're going to be labeled as dangerous. Listen to what I'm telling you, people. You will probably even lose your permit. You may receive a special permit. You can't go in certain places because you're a gun owner. You can't have access to fuel. You can't. You're not allowed. You're a gun owner. You have been... Right now, you are deemed dangerous. You are the enemy. If that's not enough, how about we just say, look, man, you can't have a job. You can't be trusted around co-workers. You can't be trusted around people unless you give up your gun. Then we can trust you. So you can't have a job. Any assets that you may have, whether it be $500, $5, or $5,000, it's frozen. It's frozen because you are a potential terrorist now. Any kind of benefits that you get, Social Security, government, any kind of government benefits at all, if you are a gun owner, no, you can't have that anymore until you turn in your gun. You have to give up those guns. Your credit card, your debit card, no, cancel. You're a gun owner. There is a database. You're a gun owner. You are a dissenter. You are a potential terrorist. You're dangerous to the people. You see, Babylon wants to label you as dangerous when they're the one who is really dangerous. A new card is going to be given. It's a biometric card. You don't get to eat now. There's no food. You can't buy food. You can't buy food. You understand? You can't buy food, and you can't grow food. Because in many places all over the country, even right now, they are restricting your ability to grow your own food. And now you're a gun owner, man. You're a Christian. You're a patriot. They don't want you growing food. They don't trust you. If that's not enough, look, we're going to cut the power off. You're a gun owner. We'll shut down your electricity. No more electricity for you. Boom, it's done. You're a gun owner. What about water? We certainly need water. We need food and water and air, man. No more water. Done. No. We're cutting off your water supply. You can't have access to public water. You can't buy water. You're a gun owner. Think about what I'm telling you, folks. Now, What's mom going to do? What's dad going to do? They have to feed themselves. They have a child. What are they going to do? Are they going to give up the guns yet? What about your medical needs? Doctors, pills, therapy, things that you may need, that you've been on for years. Can you imagine the withdrawals in this country? Can you imagine the people that are on this, that, and they need it to survive, but they're gun owners and they're told, hey, you got to give up your guns or you can't have that. I mean, if you've got a sick child at home, well, look, if you want to take care of the child, give up the gun. What about the house? We'll either foreclose on your house or we will evict you because you're dangerous. The neighbors don't want you there. So we're going to have to either foreclose on your home or we're going to have to evict you from the apartment because the neighbors can't trust you. Now, again, what's mom and dad going to do? What are they going to give up the guns, or are they going to risk maybe be sent to a FEMA camp where they can be rewired mentally? Do you think they're going to give up the guns, Are you ready to give up the guns yet? Because now you can't feed yourself. You don't have food, water, shelter. You don't have nothing. The only thing you have is Jesus Christ, which is key. But Babylon wants you have shit. You have nothing. Now, this is tribulation, people. Not a bunch of punks and a bunch of batshit crazy people running wild in the street, and people call that tribulation. You ain't seen shit yet. This is a real tribulation. Now, you are going to have snitches, and you are going to have people that are watching you like a hawk, and the media will promote this hideous agenda to make you seem as the most evil, wretched people in this country. Do you hear me? And bankers will use politics and controlled opposition to accomplish this agenda. Do you hear me, people? And this will cause chaos across the entire country. And you say, I'll take me and my family and we'll run to the hills. We'll find us a place to get some water, some food, and we'll just wait on Jesus Christ. Sounds good. Sounds good. Some may actually be able to even pull it off. But don't you know, Babylon's going to come looking for you. They're going to come looking for you. They're going to send special teams out in helicopters. They're going to send them to try to find you. They are going to try to find you. You see, there's too many guns for the Fed to ever confiscate. It's impossible for them to do. What they can do is to destroy your life and make you give up those guns. You see, this is about guns, control, and war, because they want a civil war in this country. And the plan of the devil and its family is simple, folks. Have them destroy themselves and the country while we hide underground. And when it's over, the devils will come up above ground and take over. Why do you think they have all these underground cities and all these underground layers that have been here for so long? And this is even in the Bible. This is the reality of it. And we're talking about tribulation. Let's read a few verses about tribulation. John 16:33, these things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace, and in the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. Acts 14:22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of God. Because some people think they're going to fly away, that they're going to be caught up in the air to meet Jesus Christ in what they call a rapture. I'm going to do a video about it, and I'm going to gently, I hope, show people that you ain't going no place. If your brothers and sisters didn't get to escape, who in the hell do you think you are that you would be so special that you get to leave? Jesus Christ himself had to suffer, but you think that you're going to get a pass. Man, that's borderline egomaniac. Let's go further. Jesus in Revelation 2, I know thou works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are of the synagogue of Satan. Fear none of those things, he says, which thou suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. He said to be faithful unto what? To death. If you are faithful unto death, if that is your lot, then you will receive a crown of life. And this is what Babylon wants to take from you. They want to take it from you. Do you hear me? Revelation chapter 6, and when he opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar, and this is symbolic, people, not literally. And when he opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God, and for the testimony which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? And white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season until their fellow servants also and their brethren that they should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. Who's that talking about? It's talking about us. Us. Revelation 7, 13, 14. And one of the elders answered, saying unto me, What are these which are arrayed in white robes, and whence came they? And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, These are they which came out of the great tribulation, and have washed their robes, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. You see, brethren, when all this happens, just the way that I told you, that's when you're going to have a tribulation. Because you're going to have people fighting, starving, killing. It's going to be bad. It's not going to be with cops going door to door saying, Hey, we need your weapon. This is what it's really going to be. And those who endure till the end will be saved. Now, Jesus Christ, some of us may be found worthy to escape. If that's your lot, that's your lot. Remember this, people. And I'm going to keep saying it because I want you to know it. 28:18 of Matthew says that Jesus Christ has all the power. And I want you to think about that constantly, and don't ever forget that verse. He has all the power. Not a little bit, folks, but all of it. Let's turn the page and let's move on. I really need to get on this website. There's a couple more videos I have to do for you. And I don't want to be mean about the rapture, but I know there's people on the channel that believe it. I know why you believe it, and it's not your fault. You've been taught lies, like so many people have. It's just not true. You're not going anywhere. And I need to make a couple more videos, and then I need to take about 10 days away, and I need to go and build this website and get with a couple other people. I love you all, man. I appreciate you watching. Please stay in prayer and think about what we looked at, because that's what when Jesus Christ talked about a tribulation, that's what he's really talking about. I appreciate you guys watching. In the name of Jesus Christ, I pray for you all.